In this video, I'm going to tell you how you can start studying for data science. Now, these are the resources that I have done, or I used these resources to learn data science. You can enroll in a bootcamp. Okay, basically bootcamp is going to give you a crash course from each section, like a crash course in Python, crash course in pandas, crash course in Matplotlib, crash course in data analysis, crash course in statistics and math, and crash course in machine learning. So if you are a complete beginner, I would recommend that you first take at least a theoretical course and then you enroll into a bootcamp. You can check the bootcamps, whether it was online or offline, but bootcamps are still one of the best places to learn data science, as most of them end up you getting hired. Okay, and then you have courses just like the one you're watching right now. You can take courses from whatever the platform you like, but make sure that that course is exactly what you need. We have something called path and track. Tracks basically means a track is bunch of courses in a sequence. Okay, most of the people, when they go to courses, they're like, okay, after I finish this course, what should I do? That's the answer. That if you go to the path, something called, for example, data science in Python track, or data science in R track. So you just enroll to that track, and then you just start taking the courses in a sequence. Okay, they're kind of like the boot camps, but they are most of the time online. These are online and offline. Okay, we have webinars. You can learn data science from watching a webinar. For example, some platforms, they provide webinars from companies that used data science in real life. For example, if I have a company, a retail company, and I have used a real life, let's say, churn prediction problem, so I will be doing a webinar that before applying this project, this was the issue, and after applying the project, this is how I solved the issue. So webinars, I would recommend them after you finish a path or track or course, because basically webinars are for those who want to know how data science is used in real life. So watch it after you finish the bootcamp or course or tracks. There are some general webinars. For example, if someone is offering a course, so they will do a webinar. Basically, they are marketing their own course. So you can watch that webinar, which is going to be a general webinar or general overview. So there are two types of webinars. Okay, and then we have books. There are many books. I would recommend that you start reading books in data science. If you don't like reading books, then you can go to these, but I will still recommend to read books, especially research papers. And then we have articles. You can read articles from multiple blogs. Articles are still a good way for complete beginners to learn about data science and engage with the author in the discussion. And we have competitions. You can enroll after you finish and learn the data science. In order for you to get some money and a real life experience, you can just enroll to a competition. You might gonna end up getting a certificate or money. Okay, in both ways, you don't enroll to competitions and projects unless you took a practical course, so you can show your skills in these areas. I have used literally all of them, and they were great. Again, you choose whatever you like. If you are one of the persons who like to read, then books and articles going to be very, very great things, or one of the best places to learn. If you like videos, then bootcamps and courses and path and tracks and webinars are going to be the perfect resources for you. If you like to attend a real study group or make groups or stuff like this, then bootcamp is going to be perfect source for you. If you like to just watch it online, so you can get an online bootcamp or online course just like the one you're watching right now, or an online path and tracks. Okay, these are the resources that I have used to study data science. Now, in this slide, I mentioned some of the certifications that you can get in the field of data science. Okay, this one is from EMC website. You can take this certificate, which teaches an R, and I will leave the slides so you can download it and you can just choose whatever the certification you like and enroll to it. Okay, depends on your background and criteria. Some of them are from EMC, some of them are from SDSC, some of them are from Microsoft, some of them are from Google. So choose whatever you like, okay, and check them in details. I just mentioned one of the best certification in the field of data science, and these are the best books that I have used in order for me to learn. You can read this book before you even start thinking about getting into data science. It will teach you how to think as a data scientist. You read this book after you take a boot camp of data science, as this is a very detailed book. It's written data science from scratch, but it's not for beginners. It's like from intermediate, from beginners to intermediate, in the middle, somewhere there, but it's not for beginners, okay? Obviously it's gonna teach you Python. And we have this book. You can read this book if you want to know how to use data science in business, which is I highly recommend. You can read this book to have a general overview about data science. This is also a great book if you want to become a data scientist. You can read these books, basically give you a general overview. These books will teach you how to think as a data scientist, how to dissect the problem into small pieces and solve it in a data science point of view. This book talks about the history and some theoretical stuff about data science. By this, we come to an end of this course. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to review and rate the course 5 stars. If you think it doesn't deserve 5 stars, please contact me and let me know how I can improve this course, and stay tuned for the upcoming courses. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.